Hello friends, good afternoon. Welcome to Vanik Smart Classes. Okay, today we are going to discuss some of the current affairs or current events related to this week or last week. Okay, see, when we discuss any current related events or news or anything, we just discuss a single aspect of that. Like if we discuss a single question, it will cover only a single aspect of that. But that question will came in the exam or not, we can't say about it, right? That's why we have to discuss the question, along with we have to explain or we have to discuss the whole aspect of that question also, that is the other things related to that question, right? Then only we have a comprehensive coverage of current affairs, right? Let's start today. Okay, okay. Today first question is, okay, in which industry biobitumen being explored for use? In which industry biobitumen is used? Your options are: first option is road and construction, second option electronics, third option shipping and logistics, fourth option real estate. Please attempt this question, right? We will discuss about it after 10 seconds. Okay, okay. Then the right answer is, as you all know, I hope, road and construction. See, biobitumen is derived from biological sources. That's why the name biobitumen. Biological sources means organic sources, right? See, we have to read about the details, right? See, why in news biobitumen is recent in news? Because the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research (CSIR) organized it. This is the apex body in science and industry, right? Organize a technology transfer event, right? For its innovative technology biobitumen from lingocellulosic biomass from farm residue. Okay, biobitumen can be produced from farm residue, like the you can heard about the word parali. Okay, in Rajasthan and Haryana, right? Punjab also, to roads for large scale industry adoption, and in New Delhi, right? See, what is biobitumen? Okay, it is made using non petroleum based renewable resources, right? Can be made from vegetable oils, synthetic polymers, or both. We can make from biobitumen from vegetable oils, synthetic polymers, or both, mix of both, right? Materials used: renewable organic materials. As I say, they derived from biological sources. That's why they are organic in nature. Okay, such as plant-based oils, agricultural waste, and biomass. Right? Agricultural waste is what? Parali in Hindi. Right? These materials undergo a special processing method to create a high quality binder that is similar to traditional bitumen, right? Bitumen is used for road construction. Biobitumen is a type of bitumen which is derived from organic sources. By the way, what is the processing method? Pyrolysis. Please remember this. We don't have to go into the deeper of this, okay, the technicalities of what is pyrolysis, but the process is pyrolysis. It is an alternative to petroleum based bitumen that lowers both carbon emission and import dependence. Obviously, if petroleum, that is raw crude oil, we have to import it from other countries, okay. But as of now, as the war escalation don't seem to be stopped as of now, okay. That's why we have to reduce our petroleum dependency, right, in whatever manner possible. That's why biobitumen is a indigenous bitumen, like that. Okay, using biobitumen we can reduce our import dependency, right? See, biobitumen production involves multiple steps depending on the sources of material. What are the advantages of biobitumen? Sustainable, obviously sustainable because it is biological, organic in nature. Okay, it can be produced in India. We don't have to depend on other countries. It is generated from renewable materials, right? This makes it more environmental friendly. Obviously, alternative to petroleum-based bitumen, which is derived from limited resources, right? Low carbon footprint. Obviously, if you derive something from renewable resources, then there will be low carbon footprint, right? As it is derived from organic materials that have absorbed carbon dioxide during their development, it often has a lower environmental impact, right? And then standard bitumen. Improved environmental performance, obviously, na? Because it absorbs what? It absorbs carbon dioxide. If something has absorbed carbon dioxide, it directly or indirectly reduces the what? Global warming, right? Because carbon dioxide is a what? Greenhouse gas. If something absorbs carbon dioxide, it directly or indirectly reduce the greenhouse effect on our environment, right? That's why improved environmental performance. It is less toxic and detrimental. Why less toxic? Because it is biological in nature, okay? Detrimental in the environment than regular bitumen, it contains fewer heavy metals, okay? And other hazardous pollutants. Application, it is a versatile, may be utilized in variety of application, including road paving, roofing and waterproofing, right? These are the details you have to remember, okay? Let's move on to the next question. See, the next question is, where is the headquarters of NAC? National Assessment Accreditation Council, which gives accreditations to different universities, right? Located. Option A is Bhubaneswar, option B Hyderabad, option C Bengaluru, option D Kanpur. Please attempt this question. We will discuss it after 10 seconds. Shall we discuss? Okay. The answer is option C, Bengaluru, right? Bengaluru. Bengaluru houses the headquarters of NAC, right? Let's see about the details. See. Why in news? Why NAC in news? This is the important point, right? See. Not a single university or college has received fresh accreditation for the current academic year from the National Assessment and Accreditation Council. एक भी सिंगल कॉलेज और यूनिवर्सिटी को इस बार accreditation नहीं मिला है, okay? Fresh accreditation, okay? That's why this NAC is in news. About NAC, it was established in 1994. This is a pointer, okay? As an autonomous institution of the UGC, it came under UGC, right? Of the UGC, okay? Its primary objective is to ensure and enhance the quality of higher education, right? That's why assessment and accreditation. First this NAC will assess you, then it will accredit you, right? Through a rigorous accreditation process, right? It conducts assessment and accreditation of higher educational institutions, HEIs, such as colleges, universities, other recognized institutions, to derive an understanding of the quality status of the institutions, right? As I said earlier, NAC is an assessment and accreditation body of India. Okay. Parameters for evaluation. On which parameters NAC assess you, okay? Or assess university or colleges. NAC evaluates institutions based on various parameters such as curricular aspects, teaching learning processes, infrastructure, that is which infrastructure? Educational infrastructure, governance and innovation, right? Okay. The NAC functions through the General Council and Executive Committee, comprising educational administrators, policy makers and senior academicians from a cross section of the Indian higher education system. Because this body is responsible for the higher education system and quality of India, it have to contain some of the various diverse expert domains or expertise in its governance structure. That's why what? That's why educational administrators, policy makers, senior academicians, cross section of the Indian higher education system. Okay, composition. The chairperson of the UGC is the president of the GC, that is General Council of the NAC. This is a pointer question, right? Chairperson of the EC is an eminent academician nominated by the president of the GC, NAC. At present, the assessment and accreditation by NAC is done by a voluntary basis. Headquarters is in Bangalore, right? We have to comprehensively cover the NAC because it is in news. Because we can't say that the headquarter of the NAC will came in the exam or not. They can ask about the governance structure of the NAC, okay, the parameters of evaluation. That's why we have to cover all of the above, right? See the third question. Next question. Sloth bears primarily found in which of the following regions? Okay. Option A India, option B Sri Lanka, option C Nepal, option D all of the above. Please attempt this question. We will discuss it after 10 seconds. Okay, shall we discuss? See, India is true. India sloth bears found in India. You can find them in Nandankanan Zoological Park. Okay, Sri Lanka is yes, Nepal is yes. That's why all of the above is the right answer. Right? See the details. See, this is a sloth bear, right? This is a sloth bear. Okay, there is a larger picture of this also. See, this is a sloth bear, right? The previous one is the profile picture of sloth bear. If sloth bear make a WhatsApp account, the DP of the sloth bear is like this. But if sloth bear goes on vacation and he or she will take a picture of him or her, then the sloth bear will look like this, right? Okay. That's the details about the sloth bear. Okay. Sloth bears are one of the 8 bear species, right? 8 bear species found across the world. They are mycomyphagous, meaning they find bugs and termites to be their most sought after meal. Myrmecophagous, right? Myrmecophagous. Who are myrmecophagous? Here is the definition. Who depend upon bugs and termites for their meal. Okay. See, pangolins are also myrmecophagous, right? The same for sloth bears appearance. They have been long, saggy, dark brown, black fur and curved claws. You see their claws, right? Curved claws. See, it's just like this. This is a curved claw, right? Which are longest out of any of the bear species. Their claws are the longest. That's why be careful of them. Okay. Sloth bears have been called labiated bears, right? Labiated bears because of their long lower lip and palate used for their sucking insects. Okay, they use their palate to suck insects from the bugs and termite holes, right? Habitat. What are the habitats of the sloth bears? They live in variety of dry and moist forest and some tall grasslands where boulders and scattered shrubs. Trees provide shelter. Distribution. How they distribute? They mainly inhabit the regions of India, Nepal and Sri Lanka and presumably Bhutan. Okay? These bears are mostly nocturnal. This is a pointer question. This can be asked in prelims that sloth bears are nocturnal or arboreal or anything. Okay? Foraging for food at night and resting the scheduled locations. Right? Sloth bear sanctuaries in India. Daroji sloth bear sanctuary, that is in Karnataka, and Jessore sloth bear sanctuary, that is in Gujarat. These 3 facts are important for sloth bears, right? Conservation status. IUCN conservation status is vulnerable. Sites they came under Appendix 1 and wildlife protection Schedule 1, right? This is the comprehensive coverage of sloth bear. They can ask about any kind of question from this, right? See, this is the 4th question. Which body is responsible for issuing Indian accounting and standards? Option A IRDAI, option B ICAI, option C SEBI, option D RBI. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, Indian Chartered Accountants of India, Security and Exchange Board of India, Reserve Bank of India. Okay, these are the options. You have to answer them, right? let's discuss the question, right? The answer is ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. In Bhubaneswar, you can find them in Kolhani Market, right? The office of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, the zonal office is in Kolhani Market, Bhubaneswar, right? See, why in news? Recently, the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India (IRDAI) has introduced Indian accounting and standards for the insurance sector, right? About Indian accounting standards. What is Indian accounting standard? Indian accounting standards are a set of accounting principles notified by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs in 2015, right? They can ask about the question that who notify or who directs or who notify the accounting principles of the Indian accounting and standards. You can answer, there will be 4 ministry or different thing. You have to answer it about Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Okay, these standards are largely conversed with international financial reporting standards, bringing Indian financial reporting closer to global practices. Right, this is the motive. Okay, focus. Indian accounting standard emphasizes a principle-based approach, focusing on fair value measurement, transparency, and enhanced disclosure. Right. See, history. What are the history? This is a lesson on fact. We don't have to discuss about it. Okay, this is the point. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Okay, provision under the Companies Act of 1956. Right. The gap comprised of 18 accounting standards issued by ICAI, focusing largely on historical cost accounting and legal compliances. Right. GAAP means what? Generally accepted accounting principles. Indian GAAP. Right. Let's move to the next question. Okay. See, that next question is, which Indian city is a part of the UN's 20 cities towards zero waste initiative? Okay, please answer this question. Option A is Indore, B Agra, C Barkala, D Mangaluru. Right? Please answer. Okay. Okay, the right answer is Barkala, right? Barkala is in where? Kerala. Keralam, sorry. Keralam, right? UN 20 cities towards zero waste initiative, right? See, there it is. Recently, Barkala has been named in the inaugural 20 cities towards zero waste initiative. Okay? About 20 cities towards zero waste initiative. It is an initiative led by UN Secretary General's Advisory Board on zero waste. Zero waste means what? If any waste came out of anything, that waste will be recycled. Okay, there will be no net waste. That's why zero waste, right? With support from UN Habitat and UN Environmental Program (UNEP), right? It highlights cities demonstrating ambitious and innovative approaches to reducing waste, advancing circular economy solutions, and building more sustainable, resilient, and inclusive urban systems. In urban areas, the waste management is a very larger question as of now. Okay, very larger challenge as of now also, right? If zero waste initiative can be successful in Barkala, they can be replicated via to different cities as of now, right? That's why the Barkala is the inaugural city, right, in Kerala. Okay, what the aim? Recognizes city leadership and innovation. Okay, that's why. Promote exchange of good practices. Obviously, if zero waste is a good practice, right? Lessons learned inspire other cities to assist the transition towards zero waste. Support implementation of circular economy, that I told earlier. That is the circulation of waste, circular economy. That there is be net zero waste, right? Approaches at a local level. Key facts about UNEP. This is important. It is the leading global authority on the environment, right? It's a UN agency about environment. It was founded in 1972 after a UN General Assembly resolution mandate. It was conceived to monitor the state of the environment and coordinate responses to the world's greatest environmental challenges. Where headquarters are Nairobi, Kenya. Okay. This is a lesson known fact that UN headquarters is located in Africa, that is in Kenya, Nairobi, right? Okay, what are the functions of UNEP? It develops and supports global environmental treaties. It's an important fact. Who supports and develops global environmental treaties? If this question came in present, you have to mark it UNEP, right? Such as CBD, that is Convention on Biodiversity Sites, Convention on International Trade of Endangered Species of Flora and Fauna, and Minamata Convention. It is related to what? Mercury, Minamata Convention, right? Host secretariats of major environmental conventions, supports the negotiation of new environmental agreements. It publishes authoritative research and assessment, including the global environmental outlook report. It's an important question. If the question is come, who releases the global environmental outlook report, then you have to mark it UNEP. And emissions gap report, right? It supports developing countries with environmental capacity building measures, funding and technical assistance, right? This is the mandate and the duty of UNEP, right? That's why this body is being created. The next question is, which of the following compound, it's an interesting question, right? Which of the following compound is used to stabilize the raw latex used in the manufacturing of condoms, right? Option A, ammonia. Option B, silicone oil. Option C, plastic. Option D, cornstarch. Please attempt this question. We will discuss it after 10 seconds. Okay, let's discuss the question, discuss the answer, okay? The right answer is ammonia, okay? What is the formula, or sorry, compounding formula of ammonia? NH3. Nitrogen bonded with 3 hydrogen nuclei, right? Ammonia. Okay, why ammonia is in news, or why condom is in news, okay? Right? See, the manufacturing of condoms in India relies on a combination of natural and synthetic raw materials. The industry is currently facing a supply chain crisis due to conflict in West Asia, which has caused a shortage of key inputs, threatening production and raising prices for the 8,000 crore industry. Condom industry in India is consist of 8,000 crore, right? Contraceptive industry. See, there is a ad by a Durex, okay? They store that from kitchen to bedroom. From kitchen to bedroom, the West Asia war didn't spare anything, right? Bedroom means they talks about condom, okay? Key raw materials and components. Natural rubber latex. Okay, the primary raw material derived from rubber trees, okay, which provides elasticity, strength and durability. See, we majorly import our ammonia. Almost 85% of ammonia is imported from other countries or outside. That's why if ammonia we have a shortage of ammonia, we cannot manufacture condom, right? Ammonia, crucial for stabilizing the raw latex, preventing it from coagulating, clumping during transport and processing, right? See, what is the use of silicone oil? Silicone oil is so used, but the question is about ammonia. Used as a lubricant to enhance usability, comfort, and in some cases add flavoring on textures. Vulcanizing agents. What is vulcanization? What is vulcanization? See, rubber is derived from rubber tree, right? When rubber is derived from nature, it is in liquid form. We have to convert it into solid form. Rubber, remember, rubber is an amorphous solid. There are two types of solid. One is crystalline solid, another one is amorphous solid. Okay, Amorphous solids are another known as pseudo solids. Pseudo solids. They are not true solids, right? Or we can say there is another name for them, super cooled liquids. See, rubber is derived from nature in what? In liquid form. But we have to cool them, super cool them to make them what? Solid. That's why they are pseudo solids. But how a rubber is manufactured through the process of vulcanization. Sulfur is added to rubber in the process of vulcanization, which then it will convert it in the usable format of rubber, that is in eraser or rubber band. Okay, that is the vulcanizing agents, right? Accelerators. Chemicals such as sulfur, as I say, and zinc oxide. Sulfur is used in vulcanization process of rubber, right? Please remember this fact. It's important. And added to strengthen the latex structure through heating, vulcanization, ensuring it does not heat. By the way, amorphous solids are pseudo solids or supercooled. Opposite to this is crystalline solids. Okay, crystalline solids means what? They are true solids. By nature they are solid, and we use them as solid. But amorphous solid, by nature they are not solid, but we use them as solid. Like rubber, plastic, glass are amorphous. Okay, right? Packaging materials includes high-grade aluminum foil and PVC for individual all-light, airtight and tamper-proof sealing. Others antioxidants to prevent material aging, colorants and powders like cornstarch and reduce stickiness. Okay, in our options, all of the ammonia is also used, silicon is also used, cornstarch is also used, right? But the question is about ammonia, raw latex, stabilizing raw latex. See, the current supply chain is why April 2026. This is a latest news. Okay, ammonia shortage. Prices are expected to rise by 40 to 50% due to disruption in shipping routes, specifically affecting the 86% of ammonia India imports from the Gulf region, Saudi, Qatar, and Oman. If India exports 86% of its ammonia from Gulf region, we are highly ammonia dependency on other regions. If there is a Gulf war in this region, or we can say the Strait of Hormuz is blocked, then how could we import all these things, right? That's why the scarcity. Silicon oil scarcity, a huge shortage, right, of silicon oil is causing market uncertainty, impacting lubrication. Petrochemical disruptions in the supply of petrochemicals used for lubricant production and packaging materials, PVC, aluminum, are hindering the production. Okay, that's why condom is in news as of now, right? Okay, this is an interesting question, right? UN peacekeeping forces are often referred as green helmet soldiers, white helmet soldiers, orange helmet soldiers, blue helmet soldiers, right? Please attempt this question. We will discuss about it after 10 seconds. Okay, shall we discuss about it? Okay. I hope you all know about it. That is blue helmet soldiers. Blue helmet soldiers are UN peacekeeping soldiers, right? UN peacekeeping soldiers often wear a blue helmet. See the images of the blue helmet. See, this is a UN peacekeeping soldier, right? She wears a blue helmet, right? Okay. See. Okay. What are peacekeeping forces? By the way, peacekeeping forces is a paradoxical term. we can understand by paradox. Here you talk about peace, at the same time you are talking about force. That's why paradoxical, right? When the UN Security Council approved, why news? When the UN Security Council approved the deployment, okay. By the way, why UN peacekeeping force is UNIFIL? United Nations internal forces in the in Lebanon, right? Here, due to Israel strikes, Israel airstrike, 3 of the Indonesian origin peacekeepers died recently. That's why UN peacekeeping is in news, right? UNIFIL. Okay. When the UN peacekeeping forces aid nations in negotiating the perilous transition from war to peace, right? Observed to the Middle East in 1948, the UN peacekeeping forces were established, right, to carry out several missions approved by the UN Security Council (UNSC) and UN General Assembly. It deploys soldiers and police from all over the world and combines them with civilian peacekeepers, right? This is an important fact, very important fact. They can ask this in prelims. International Day of UN Peacekeepers is celebrated on 29th May every year, right? 29th May. Please remember this date, okay? Let's discuss about India and UN peacekeeper. India and US peacekeeping, UN peacekeeping forces, by the way. India also, remember, India is also a net largest contributor of human resource to UN peacekeepers, right? India is among the nations that send most troops to the UN nation peacekeeping forces. Example, India is the second highest military and fifth highest police contributing country to the UN organization stabilizing missions, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Okay, right? Second, this is the one of the examples, right? Highest contribution is by India. Over 260,000 Indians have been served in 49 UN peacekeeping missions since 1948. 260,000. See about some of the nations does not have such level of army. We just deploy them as UN peacekeepers, right? That's why India stands for peace in global arena. In 2007, India became the first country to deploy an all-women contingent to UN peacekeeping missions. First country. This can be a prelim question, right? In the last 6 decades, 179 Indian soldiers have died in US peacekeeping operations. Om Shanti. Among blue helmets, it has the greatest death toll of any nation. Right? Blue helmets are the military personnel of the UN that work alongside the UN police and civilian colleagues to promote, this is the stability, security and peace processes. To promote them, right? Let's move to the next question. Okay. This is the latest news. The 98th Academy Awards were held in which city? Option A, Las Vegas. Option B, California. Option C, Los Angeles. Option D, New York. Please attempt this question. We will discuss it after 10 seconds. Okay. By the way, you all know about Los Angeles. It is the city of Hollywood, LA. This also hosts the 98th Academy Awards, that is Oscar Awards of 2026, right? It hosts the awards from almost almost 2 decades, right? See, the 98th Academy Award, that is Oscar 26, were held on 15th March 2026 at the Dolby Theatre. It's a famous theatre in Los Angeles, right? Where one battle after another, the movie got Oscar. Amos is the biggest winner, right? Key points about the Oscar. About Oscars, the Academy Awards are presented annually by the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences. This is the important fact. Okay, Academy Award is awarded by presented by annual by Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences to honor excellence in global cinema across various categories, right? Okay, venue and host. The ceremony took place at the Dolby Theatre, Los Angeles, and was hosted by Conan O'Brien, right? Host remains different in every year, but the location is same. Okay, best picture, one better after another, one best picture, and dominated the award with a total of 6 Oscars. It's an important question, pointer also. 6 Oscars. Best director, Paul Thomas Anderson won best director for One Better After Another. This is another victory for One Better After Another. Best actor, Michael B. Jordan won best actor for Sinners, marking his first Oscar win, right? It is his first Oscar. Best actress, Jessie Buckley won best actress for Hamnet, right? Jessie Buckley. Okay, let's attend the next question. Okay, the E20 fuel often seen in news stands for ethanol 20 option, ethane 20 option 1, ethanol 20 option B, ether 20 option C, ethane 20 option D. Please attend this question. It's an easy question. Okay, let's discuss this question. As you know all, it's ethanol 20 fuel, E20 fuel or ethanol 20. What is the ethanol is the normal name. What is the chemical name? Ethyl alcohol. What is the formula? C2H5OH. This is an organic compound, right? Okay. Why E20 in news? E20 is in news from last 1 year also, right? The government is going to introduce E30 very soon also, right? The central government has implemented a new fuel mandate for petrol pumps to supply E20 fuel with a minimum octane rating of 95 RON. Octane rating octane number or octane rating is about the quality of the fuel, right? See, what is E20? It is a blend of 20% ethanol and 80% of petrol. This is also made to reduce our import dependency, right? Ethanol is a biofuel derived from crops such as sugarcane, maize and grains. Okay, that's why biofuel. Okay, advantages, it offers a higher octane rating and potentially cleaner combustion, obviously cleaner combustion, making it a more advanced alternative, right? While regular petrol in India typically has an octane rating of around 91 to 92 RON, okay, E20 fuel comes with a minimum rating of 95 RON, right? This higher octane helps in smoother combustion, obviously. That's why it has higher productivity, or you can say it has lesser environmental impact, right? That's why this is also a point why this is also in a favor why we should use ethanol in petrol, okay, as per government. Okay, what is ethanol? Ethanol is also known as ethyl alcohol, is a type of alcohol that is commonly used in various applications. Properties, it is a clear colorless liquid with a characteristic odor and taste. Ethanol has the chemical formula C2H5OH and is composed of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Right? Pure ethanol is non-toxic and biodegradable. Please remember this. And if spilled, they break down into harmless substances, right? However, fuel ethanol contains denaturants to make fuel ethanol अनड्रिंकेबल. हम लोग जो फ्यूल में इथेनॉल ऐड करते हैं वो अनड्रिंकेबल है. ओके, अनड्रिंकेबल मतलब क्या? ये इसको हम कंज्यूम नहीं कर सकते. ओके, प्योर मे बी दिस वन इज टॉक्सिक. ओके, दैट्स व्हाई अनड्रिंकेबल. ओके, हाउ इथेनॉल इज सोर्स्ड? ओके, ethanol can be produced from various sources, but it is often derived from renewable sources such as crops like corn, sugarcane, barley and wheat. It can also be produced from cellulosic materials like agricultural residues and wood. Okay. There are 4 generations: first, second, third, and fourth, through which we can first generation of use of ethanol. Okay, we'll discuss it after in another session, right? If there is a question on regarding this, it will be a very large video if you discuss all of them. Okay, next, ask the next question. Who was Samrat Samprati? Samrat Samprati. Options are a Gupta ruler, a Mauryan ruler, a Nanda ruler, a Rajput ruler. Please attempt this question. We will discuss about it after 10 seconds. Okay, shall we discuss the question about the answer? Okay, the right answer is Mauryan ruler. Okay, Samrat Samprati is the grandson of Ashoka. Right? Okay, by the way, why he was in news? Because there is a statue inaugurated by Prime Minister in Gujarat, which is related to Samrat Samprati, right? See, recently the PM inaugurated the Samrat Samprati Museum in Gujarat. A museum in Gujarat, not a statue. Okay, about Samrat Samprati. Samrat Samprati, this is his timeline, was a Mauryan ruler. He was the grandson of Samrat Ashoka, as I told you earlier. Other names, he was known as Indrapalit, Sangat, and Bigatasuk. Okay, he was known for propagating Jainism, right? He was Ashoka is what? Ashoka is a proponent of Buddhism, but he was a proponent of Jainism and the principle of non-violence. Obviously, the person who promotes Jainism, the core of Jainism is non-violence, right? His life is described in Jain scriptures like Samprati Katha and Parista Parva and Prabhavak Charita, right? These are very difficult word to pronounce or remember, right? You don't have to remember this, right? These are not that much of significant facts. Okay, this is a fact. Okay, right. Okay, King Samprati has established centers in Jain culture in Iran and Arab countries. Okay, it said that Samprati, also known as Jain Ashoka, built thousands of Jain temples in western and southern India. Okay, let's discuss briefly about Jainism. Jainism is a Shramanic religion. Shramana is a Sanskrit word that denotes ascetic or monk. Okay, ascetic life. You have to live ascetic, just like a monk. Okay, that's why Shramanic religion, right? Okay, Jainism is one of the religions whose origin can be traced back to the 24 teachers. Okay, Tirthankaras. Okay, Jain is the 24th Tirthankaras, one who establishes a path or ford through whom their path is believed to have been handed down. Right, the 24 Jain Tirthankaras were 24 Jain Bardhaman Mahavira, that we often refer to as Bardhaman Mahavira. Before him, there are 23 Tirthankaras. Jainism mainly aim at attainment of liberation. It can be attained through 3 principles required to observe to attain a moksha nibbana. These are 3 principles, right? See, Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, Samyak Charita. Samyak Darshan is what? Right faith. Samyak Gyan is right knowledge. Samyak Charita is right action. These are 3 followed path of Jainism. These are the core to Jainism, right? Okay, the 5 doctrines, the 5 vows of Jainism known as the Pancha Mahavrata. You also heard about it in Hinduism also. Pancha Mahavrata are for the monks. Ahimsa, do not commit violence. Satya, do not tell a lie. Asteya, do not steal. Aparigraha, do not hoard. Brahmacharya, observe continence. Right? You should remember all these 5 and these 3 also, at least. Okay, about Jainism. What are these? Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Aparigraha, Brahmacharya. Okay. Let's move the last question. See, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, this is the name of the disease, is a type of cancer mainly affects WBC, RBC, bone marrow, both A and C. Means both bone marrow and both WBC. Please attend this question. We will discuss it about after 10 seconds. Okay, shall we discuss? See, the right answer is both A and C, that is WBC and bone marrow. By the way, this is a pediatric syndrome disease, right? It affects mainly to children, right? It will affect, the cancer will affect, weakens your WBC and bone marrow. WBC is related to what? Your immune system, right? See the images, some of the images, right? See. Signs and symptoms of acute lymphocytic leukemia. Okay, fever, you will develop fever, the children will develop fatigue, bleeding symptoms, right? Pale skin, okay, pale, your skin will become yellowish like that, okay? Weight loss, okay? This is a significant. Lymph node surveillance, if you develop any lymphatic node around your body, this can be a sign of acute lymphoblastic syndrome, okay? Enlarged abdomen, okay? And neurological impairment. These are the possible symptoms or signs of acute lymphoblastic leukemia, okay? See, it will mainly affect children, right? Acute lymphoblastic. Most common pediatric cancer. This cancer is more prevalent in children. That's why. Okay, children will develop fever. Their nose will bleeding. Okay, bone pain. See, the bone is crying, right? Lymphadenopathy. Okay, infection, right? Lymphadenopathy. See that developed lymphatic node infection in skin rashes. Okay, lymphoblast in the bone marrow or peripheral blood, okay? So all that damage, all that will be affected, right? Okay, let's study about it. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia or acute lymphocytic leukemia is a type of blood cancer that affects the white blood cells and bone marrow. Remember? WBC and bone marrow. It is a fast growing cancer. It is most common type of pediatric cancer. That's why majority of children are affected. If you take children cancer, they will be majorly affected by this acute lymphocytic leukemia. Okay, symptoms: bleeding from the gums, bone pain. What are the symptoms? Gum में bleeding होगा, bone में pain होगा, fever, frequent infection and severe nosebleeds, etc. Okay, causes. It occurs. What are the causes? Possible causes. Okay, when a bone marrow cell develops changes, mutation in genetic material or DNA. Majority of cancer is related to mutation only, right? See, types of acute lymphoblastic leukemia. The World Health Organization classifies acute lymphoblastic leukemia into two main groups. B cell lymphoblastic leukemia starts in immature cells that ordinarily develops into B cell lymphocyte. B cell all is the most common subtype, right? T cell, B cell, T cell lymphoblastic leukemia starts in immature cells that ordinarily develop into T cell lymphocytic. T cell all is less common. This is highly common or highly prevalent. This is less common, right? Treatment. It may include chemotherapy or targeted drugs that specifically kill cancer cells. Okay, this is a highly dangerous disease. Cancer is a dangerous disease, but lymphocytic leukemia is more, right? God forbids everyone don't develop. Okay. See. Okay. Thank you all for attending my session. Okay. Hope you learn well or something new in this session. We will meet after in the next session. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.